back to beginner guitar soloing 1, 2, 3, right? It's a simple, easy method of 1, 2, whoops, 1, 2. Anyway, super easy method, so you don't have to memorize a bunch of boxes and patterns. However, caveat here, this episode will also be in E minor and A minor. And I'm going to show you how that simple, easy 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 method, right, comes into play and how the boxes line out. So that way, at least you're getting some understanding that, hey, I'm not just learning this cheat. You know, well, actually, yeah, I'm teaching you a cheat on how to figure out how the boxes work and how they integrate together. And so I thought I'd give you a better picture of how that works today, and show you some you know, how they kind of merge together all those boxes using that, you know, using this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 method, okay? And how you can change or modify that to whatever it is that better suits which, maybe your learning style or your understanding of how it works. So again, I just want to trigger some ideas, right? Because, or trigger some deeper thought about how that works when I show you all, when all the boxes are shown and how the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 method works. Hopefully that'll spark, you know, something within each one of us as we begin to understand things a little more. It'll give us more depth of understanding, therefore more ideas happen, therefore more creation happens, therefore more, you know, more music happens. And that's kind of what we're doing, So anyway, if that interests you, stay tuned, hang around, and we'll get right to it. I got some crazy stuff going on today. Anyway, we are going to be talking about the E minor again, right? And it's the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right, we're going to be doing that. However, what we're going to be looking at, though, and is the entire, you know, is all the boxes and how they, or how that breaks down, how the 1, 2, 3, or 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 breaks down into the boxes, or how it kind of, the patterns begin to develop through those boxes. Okay, so right here, we should have the fretboard in E minor. And as you notice, the same color coordinations are still on there. The same 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 are in red. And then you still have the blue, purple, blue. Okay, same information's there. I've just put that together. And now you'll notice that box 1 and box 2, and then it goes back to box 3, 4, and 5, and how all these patterns, or how this pattern of the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 works in there. So we're actually crossing boxes. So actually, when we're doing our pattern of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, we're actually we're at the bottom of box 5. Once we slide into that 1, 2, 3, we're using parts of box 1 and box 2 all in that same pattern. First 10 notes, we're running through parts of box 5 into box 3, or box 2, box 5, box 1, and box 2. So this is how they begin to integrate, and I just wanted to give you a visualization of that, right, so that you can better understand how all this begins to open up. And what we've done, instead of memorizing the boxes, we're memorizing a simple pattern that unifies those boxes in an easy to remember, non-complicated, musical, but low thought process. I'm all about low thought process. If anybody, I'm sure everybody's heard of the KISS method, right? That's my lifestyle. And the second S is pretty much sums me up in a nutshell. So We want to keep it as simple as possible, right? I don't have to think about 1 2 1 2 3. I can just, my fingers can literally do that. And what I'm doing is using it in a musical fashion, as easy as 1 2 3. So hopefully this gives you some visualization about that. Now, what I wanted to talk about in E minor, which in a couple minutes I'm going to go back and cover part 1 and part 2 of the A minor, also in the same fashion, up here on the screen, so that we can again visualize how those unify together. Okay, unity's the key, right? And that's basically what all the pros do anyway, right? They know all the major and minor patterns, and then they're unifying those. I'm gonna die right here, right now, on YouTube. No, God gave me one more day. Okay, so they're just unifying those patterns or those scales or modes, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Aeolian, Lydian, Mixolydian, and so on. Okay, so they're unifying those patterns into incredible stuff that I can't do, which is fine. I'm okay with limitations in my life. I'm okay with limitations of talent and practice and time, because therewith to be content. But the point of it is once we begin to see this information, we can unify it with some logic and reason in an easy, simple method. Right. That's to me more progressive. What we're going to talk about is how to merge. Box 1 is pretty much what I use all the time. I mainly use box 1, but I use all the notes surrounding it, like the red and the blue, purple, blue, right, to be able to play fluidly. All right, kind of like in all my intros, all my exits. I'm just using those notes that you see here, but I'm unifying them in a way that makes sense. And we're going to talk about how to integrate that box 1 in your playing or practice, or at least practice, right? So if we're gonna stick on the low E string here. All right, and we're gonna do the 1 2 1 2 3. All right, that immediately puts me in box 1 of A B. Right, if I and I would slide back into box 5. Okay, so what I want you to do this week is, other than the 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3, this third note here is your B note, which is here. Which one would be easier to get to? You decide. But you have both options. So what you can do is, instead of going to the right, so we can go A B or G A B D E, right? You can go G A B D E on the 12th again. So those two notes are the same. Those two notes are the same. So which one would it be easier to get to? It's just integrating. So So it's just integrating that simple box one. Or and that's where you get those screaming leads, you know. Is because you're bending up into those notes, which is what everybody really digs, man. It's just like, yeah, baby, I get that, you hear that, baby? Yeah. Okay, so it's just a matter of transitioning. So this 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. It's just they're all transitions. That's all there. It's unifying those boxes with the same 5 notes, and it's just a matter of opening that up to transition. So I can transition from, you know, from box 3 I can transition from box 3 through box 4 into box 5 and all the way to box 1 into box 2 by utilizing that structure of 1 2 1 2 3. Okay, so I'm hopefully that's making some sense. Practice this in E minor, okay, and then see how you enjoy it. I'll do a little, you know, E minor run, you know, from box 3 all the way through box 1 to blah blah blah. Hopefully in between this segment and the A minor segment, which is coming up next. So hang in there for a minute. Okay, we're going to be doing the same thing in A minor. So again, right up here on the screen, we have our A minor pentatonic starting at I think on the 3rd fret of the G, right? And you have 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. Okay, so this 1 2 is the bottom of box 5. Again, same thing. So whenever we're instead of doing box 1, remember how we started this whole lesson was we're going to start 2 frets above the tonic or root note on the G. The reason we're starting on a G is because it is a note in the 5 notes of the pentatonic scale in A minor, or so that's what we're covering. So what I was doing is by going to the 3rd fret, I'm just kind of cheating, going through those boxes by starting one whole step up, or down, excuse me, one whole step down. So it's 1 2, and now I'm in box 1 between 5, right? 5 and 8 is box 1. So I'm starting, instead of starting on the tonic, I'm in box 1 between 5, 7, and 8. So it's still the 1 2 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 instead of going down. So instead of going 1, so I just want you to understand that those, again, this is unifying the boxes together in a logical way that helps us to understand, you know, the neck as a whole. And when we can start going from well, okay, so box one is way up here. How does that work if I'm starting my A down here, right? As with the G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E. Well, just like the E minor, now my A here at the bottom of box 5 so now I'm back into box 1 again, right? If I'm on the A, I'm back into box 1. I'm just a whole octave up. Oops, nothing's working. Okay, so they're all up there. So this gives you an opportunity to go now from okay, so it gives you an opportunity to go everywhere. So you can just see how they begin to unify, right, and come together. And as you're still practicing, now I know you're a long way. Maybe this content's coming a little fast. Maybe it's coming a little fast. I don't know, but either way, I just want you to make sure. You know, I want to hit everybody at every level, and maybe somebody's ripping through this information really quickly that it's coming pretty fast, or they're just waiting for this kind of a, you know, sensible alternative to pentatonics and memorization. And if so, then we wanted to get that out there. Okay, so anyway, practice the one. Okay, so practice incorporating that. Anyway, practice those, okay? Try to unify that box 1. Or okay, work on unifying that box 1 in there. And see if that makes some sense to you. Anyway, all right. I believe in you. You can do it. Keep practicing. Well, hopefully a lot of that information is useful for you. I think it's good for beginner to intermediate guitar players who are like myself, who are just kind of, you know, learning how this whole process works. And it again, hopefully it unifies those boxes. Right, hopefully it can unify those boxes, or at least give you some visualization about how that works, and why it's kind of an easy method of cruising through those 5 boxes, or at least 4 of them at a time, with very little complication. Um, and you're still hitting all the appropriate notes and all the appropriate sequences, without having to really concentrate too much on which box am I in right now. Am I in box 3 right now? Am I in box 4 right now? Am I supposed to be in box 1? It really doesn't matter, as long as you're able to navigate through those with some sense of ease. And so that's why some of this is being thrown together so that people can get a better understanding. So because the understanding that I got from it, I did a Google search earlier, on A minor pentatonic, and other people have seen those patterns as well. I'm not coming up with anything new here. Again, this isn't some sort of big revelation to unlock the guitar neck or whatever. It's just it's already been done. If people are trying to sell you something, it's because they're trying to make some money, and that's okay. Everybody needs to make a living. I'm happy for those people that do apply for those, but this hands-on simple method seems to be a really great method to incorporate, and hopefully you're finding some enjoyment in it. If you do, please go ahead and like and subscribe, so that you can get further content or notifications of further content that's coming up and being posted. And keep enjoying what you're doing. Keep practicing. Keep playing. And until next time, take it easy. God bless.